Sports Pick Info Podcast, NBA Rapid Fire, Picks, Predictions, Betting Information. This is the card here on Saturday, February 1st. We got Chip Chirimbes standing by ready to go over the NBA card. We've got a handful of games to go over with them in just a second.
Just a reminder, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the bell for notifications every time we post a new video.
We're going to do rapid fire. I'll get it started here. We're looking at the Brooklyn Nets, Washington Wizards. We've got the line here, Washington 1, total 239. I'm going to go ahead and take Brooklyn and Washington to go over the total. Brooklyn, as they took the court on Friday with the Bulls, they have played over in 6 of their past 8. They've gone over 9 of 11 against teams under 500. Defensive form not very good for Brooklyn. And we know Washington, they can shoot the ball, but they're not playing very good defense. Look at their past 5 games, allowing over 50% shooting. So I'm going Washington, Brooklyn over 239. What say you, Chip?
I understand that the way Brooklyn is routing the Chicago Bulls on Friday night. Washington is 5-1 at home, including a big point spread win last time out. That is against the number. You know, straight up they are abysmal. Let's face it, they're 10-11 against the number at home, which isn't all that bad. But Brooklyn looks like they may have come to life now with Kyrie Irving. The thing is, they are 1-10 in their last 11 as underdogs, Tony. They're 1-7 against the points. This is all against the points, of course. 1-7 on the road. 4-13 in the last 17 at Washington. So, the Brooklyn has covered 5 of their last 7, but it just looks like the home team here may be the side.
All right, Sports Pick Info Podcast, joined by Chip Chirimbes. So we'll take a look at the next one here, Heat and Magic. We got Miami laying a 1.5, total 208. I'm going to go ahead and take Miami here at -1.5. Heat getting healthy. Kendrick Nunn has been upgraded to probable for this game, so it looks like they're going to play. They did just pound the Magic at home by 21 on Monday. Really strong shooting performance. They're 4-0 straight up and have covered 3 of those games with 3 days of rest. So the rest angle here is playing in favor here for Miami. Magic, they're just a bad shooting team, and they're not defending. You look at them over their past 5 games, 41% shooting, allowing 49% and over 41% from 3. They've lost and failed to cover 4 straight. 3 of those at home. I'm going to take Miami laying the 1.5. What do you say, Chip?
I don't blame you, Tony. When I look at this Orlando squad, I'm trying to figure out how did they win 21 games this season as it is. They are 13-11 against the points at home, which isn't all that bad. They've lost 4 in a row, and they really haven't showed up in any of those contests. Now, the enigma about Miami is their fabulous home record. Tony, they're 21-3 at home straight up, but they've only won 11 of 23 games on the road so far this season. I expect this number to rise with Miami being the favorite here. With Orlando's 4 straight losses and the fact that Miami has revenge on their mind, Tony, they lost to Orlando 105-83 earlier this year, and Miami, who isn't quite playing as strongly as they had earlier in the season, they still might be the side here. They are favored on the road, which makes me take a step back as it is.
All right, Sports Pick Info Podcast, joined by Chip Chirimbes. Take a look here at the 76ers and Celtics. Boston laying 4, total 218.5. I'm going to lay the 4 here with Boston. Both teams dealing with questionable statuses for rotational players in this spot. But, Boston's been a good home team at 19-5 straight up. They've won and covered 5 of their past 6 after a 15-point win to Golden State on Thursday. Their form is good. They're shooting and defending. But Philadelphia just can't trust them on the road. 9-16 straight up, coming off a 10-point road defeat at a dismal Atlanta team. They allowed 48% shooting. That's the issue for the Sixers. They don't defend. They're a lazy defensive team on the road. Give me Boston -4. What do you say, Chip?
I understand that entirely, Tony. This Philadelphia team has only covered 7 times out of 25 games on the road. They're 3-12-1 in their last 16, 1-7-1 against teams with winning records. And, of course, the Celtics have that 1-5 at Boston the last 6 trips. And listen to this, Tony. Boston is 11-5 in the last 16 meetings, 5-2 against the points in their last 7 at home. You may be right here. I'm questioning why this number is so shallow with the idea that the 76ers have been so weak on the road. Joel Embiid has returned since his dislocated finger. Boy, remember how gross that was? And he's been outstanding in those 2 games. So this is a really tough call with Philadelphia just playing so poorly on the road, so well at home. We know how well they're doing at home. And Boston just seems to keep grinding it out no matter who's playing. They have great balance and great coaching. This is a tough one to call, Tony, and I think probably is going to be a defensive affair myself. I'm looking for this one to stay under.
All right, Sports Pick Info Podcast, joined by Chip Chirimbes. We took a look at the NBA card here for action on Saturday.